Underdog Fantasy continues to be one of the best daily fantasy options on planet Earth. It has some of the highest payouts you're going to get. It certainly has the most amount of options while building an entry, and their insurance payouts are fantastic. They will even give you free money to play. The only thing you need to do to get free money is go to wewantpicks.com/underdog. Use promo code WWP and they will instantly match your deposit. If you give them $50, they'll give you $50 instantly that you can use. If you give them $100, they'll give you $100 instantly that you can use to build your own entry. Get that free money, build an entry, and ride off into the sunset with that profit. I'm going to focus on UFC, specifically UFC Vegas 95. You can see across the top here, we've got all the sports: tennis, soccer, track, video games, baseball, all the sports. We're going to focus on UFC, but you can mix and match your sports. I've got a nice 5-legger for you here, and one of them's got the fancy little chili pepper for some juice action. Right off the rip, let's work our way down. We're not touching the heavyweights. If we look at Chepe Mariscal, I like him, but we're not going to touch this line here. We'll go over to rivals. I'll show you that in a second. If we work our way down, we got Damon Jackson, Giannis Santos. We're going to leave it. Chelsea Chandler, what I do like is her takedown line at 1.5. This is your chili pepper. I think Chelsea Chandler is going to win this fight just by being enormous. I think she's going to move forward, hold Jan against the cage, and work in a takedown, hopefully 2. And that will get us past this 1.5. And it is juiced at just a 10% juice, nothing crazy. But I think Chelsea Chandler is going to get more than 1 takedown. She had 2 in her last fight, and that was sloppy as hell. And that was a much harder person to take down because in her last fight, she fought little cannonball Josiane Nunes. Now she's fighting long, lean Yana Santos. Should be a little easier for her to get to the legs, potentially get this to the ground. We only need that to happen twice. If we go to Gregorio Charalampos, I'm liking the same situation here, except the opposite. We're going to do lower than 1.5 takedowns. I think he might get 1 takedown, but that's about it. Kazama's getting knocked out left and right. You're giving him dirty looks. He's falling over unconscious. Gregorio hits like a freight train. I think he's going to come out guns blazing, looking for that finish. Is he going to get the finish immediately? Maybe. Maybe not. If he doesn't get it immediately, he'll work in a takedown and then start pounding away from there. Gregorio's the powerful striker, durable guy, dangerous guy. I think he wins this fight early. I don't think he's going to need 2 takedowns to get there. Just the 1 should be enough. If we work our way down, we're going to look at Karol Rosa. Karol Rosa, 70.5 significant strikes. We are going to go the higher there. Karol Rosa lands strikes at an insane rate. If you are a premium member, you have access to the Prop Hunter. The Prop Hunter is a curated set of data that is designed specifically for what we're doing here. If we look at this screen, we see Karol Rosa, 70.5 significant strikes is her line. We know this fight is supposed to go the distance. So let's assume in a decision fight, we need Karol Rosa to get past 70.5. Can she do it? Well, if I move over to the Prop Hunter on my website, I can see that Karol Rosa lands 95 strikes on average in decisions, wins or losses. So we have a beautiful 25 strike differential here, and I think we're good with that. So we're going to go ahead and do the higher on Karol Rosa significant strikes. If we work our way down, we are looking for Youssef Zalal. We see the 3.5 takedown line. And normally I'd be like, yeah, he's definitely going to wrestle a lot in this fight, but we're going to go the lower. 3.5 takedowns means he needs 4. I think he's only going to get 3 or potentially fewer. He might hang out on the outside. He might just strike for a little bit, avoid the power, avoid the danger, not even engage in wrestling. If he does engage in wrestling, I don't think he's going to get to 4 takedowns. If, again, we use the Prop Hunter. I'm giving it to you. I'm giving some of the data for free right now, but go to the website, unlock the Prop Hunter, and you have this not only for daily fantasy, but your sports betting as well. If we take a look at Youssef Zalal, and we look at how many takedowns does he land on average in decision fights, the answer is 2. 2.14 to be exact. This is a 3.5 line. We're good with the under, I believe, so we're going to go ahead and add that. We have 4 legs in this entry so far. Let's go ahead and add a 5th leg. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go click on higher, lower, and we're going to click on rivals. What rivals is these are the actual fights themselves. So, for example, you have Marcin Tybura fighting Sergey Spivac, as we all know. And this is saying who's going to land more significant strikes between these two gentlemen. They're giving Marcin Tybura a 6.5 head start. So Sergey Spivac is going to need to land 7 more significant strikes than Marcin Tybura for this side to hit. or you pick Marcin, and as long as he doesn't get hit 7 more times than he hit Sergey, we're good. What I am going to go with here is the Chepe Mariscal line. Again, if I'm giving you some free data to encourage you to go to the freaking website and unlock this tool, if I look at these significant strikes for Damon and Jose, well, let's take a look at Damon Jackson. In decision fights, Damon Jackson lands 45.5 significant strikes on average. That's a pretty high number. Good for Damon Jackson. Chepe Mariscal lands 71 in decisions. 71 in decisions. And even if you remove just decisions, average in fights as a whole, 60 significant strikes. Point being, he outstrikes his opponents. He lands at an insanely high volume. Damon Jackson does not land at an insanely high volume. Chepe should be good there. And if we throw $20 at this entry, well, then we're going to get a nice little payout. If we just do the power play, the standard payout, no insurance whatsoever, $20 will win you $336. But we're not stupid. We know these are fist fights and anything can happen. So we're going to turn that 20 into basically 170. If we go to live, we go to pick'em. This is the entry that we built. We got Chelsea Chandler higher than 1.5 takedowns. We got a 10% juice on that. We got Gregorio Charalampos lower than 1.5 takedowns on his side. Karol Hossa higher than 70.5 significant strikes. Yusuf Salal lower than 3.5 takedowns. And then we went over to rivals and we hit Chepe to land more than 11 significant strikes than Damon Jackson will land. This is my entry. If you love it, great. Go to WeWantPicks.com/underdog. Use promo code WWP and copy it. If you don't love it, that's fine too. Go to the website, WeWantPicks.com/underdog. Use promo code WWP. Get your very free money and build your own entry. It's a ton of fun. Underdog Fantasy has been very, very profitable for us because of all these options. Good luck this weekend. Use the promo code, and we appreciate you.